What is up, everybody? Welcome in to the Retro Sentai Wrap-Up, the show here on the Illuminerdi where we talk about the some of the older episodes in Super Sentai. I'm your host, Bryce West, a writer and editor for the Illuminerdi.com, and this is my co-host. Yep. Yes, yeah, he's partaking in some of the Easter festivities today, so he was unfortunately unable to join us, and he is unfortunately missing a great episode because this batch of episodes was great, and as well we've got a very special something to unbox here at the end of the episode. If you stick around, oh my gosh, look at this! This is incredible. So we've got a very special package that Hasbro themselves sent to us, and we're going to be unboxing that at the end of the episode. Apparently Blackwing did not have any sound. He does have sound now. Blackwing, would you like to redo your intro?
Okay, wait a second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yeah. They should hear you now. I still had you muted from before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway.
My bad.
It's all right. It's all good. Happy Easter to all. Happy Resurrection Sunday to you all, guys. And yeah.
To those who celebrate, of course, Happy Easter.
Yes, I was promoting the box on the wrong side, so I guess it's mirror differently.
Yes.
So I'm looking at the screen like, oh, it's.
Yep. Sorry about that, folks. Forgot to unmute Blackwing there, but we got him now.
Cool.
Or at least we should, because I was just able to unmute him there. But with that being said, yeah, we've got some episodes of Jetman to talk about, and we've got that very special package sent by Hasbro that we're going to unbox here at the end of the show. So be sure to stick around to the end of the show to check out what's inside there. But yeah, let's get into episode 9, Muddy Love. You guys won't believe it. It's a Raita focus episode. I know.
Finally.
I was just as shocked as you all. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, sorry, I was looking at the chat as well. But yeah, we got a Raita focus episode. It has been a while. Not been a while. It hasn't ever happened yet. But yeah, it was nice to finally see him get some focus, and he actually goes on a date. What?
What?
Yeah. So the synopsis from today's episode: a friendly girl from Raita's home shocks him when she tries to act sophisticated in the city, as Tran changes people with a fashion dimension to be. So yeah, we have a sewing machine monster this week. Jetman, for how dark the show is, they have the most ridiculous monster costumes I think I've really ever seen. I mean, I love it, but it's also just like, this is supposed to be like one of the more serious shows,
right?
And then you get to the monsters, and they're just completely out there goofy. It's just like I think it makes it even more funny with how serious the show takes itself. And then we'll get to the next episode, but a cup noodle monster comes out. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh
but
boy.
But yeah, so we have a fashion monster this week, and basically it's able to put clothes onto people, and they will act like the clothes that they're wearing. So like, if you put on biker clothes on people, then they're going to start acting like biker gang people. Or if you put ninja costumes on people, they're going to start fighting like ninjas and stuff. Honestly, a very interesting concept for a monster. I don't know if Power Rangers has ever done that, so definitely very cool to see. But yeah, Raita is called Muddy Love because so he's going on a date with this girl from his childhood, and I guess they fell in love at a mud race contest.
Here's the point. She said she will marry him if he wins when they get older.
Yeah.
She said, when we get older, I will marry you. I was like, what?
And well, that's a promise that you got to keep, Blackwing. You know.
I mean, no, but I mean, they're kids. So.
I mean, do you not have one of those where if we're not married in like 30 years, then
Nah, that
I
never
feel like
happened.
everybody's got to have at least one in their lifetime where it's just like a backup, like you know, like hey, if we're not married and we're like 50, like you
Like,
know.
hey, can we
Like, but you gotta win this mud race first. But but no. So he wins the mud race and wins her hand in marriage, or something like that.
in friendship, we'll just say that.
Yeah, I guess. So they don't actually get married, but they do go on a date in this episode. And the funny thing is that. Like, I can't remember, like, the Rangers get in some sort of trouble or whatever, and Raita's on the date, and Ryu goes to call, and a guy, I
Guy's
think,
like,
says something. No, he's never
me.
gonna get a chance like this again. Do not do that.
Guy is such a jerk. I'm like, hey, let him have his moment. I'm surprised he even got a date. All right,
Yeah.
let him have his moment. I'm like, dang, guy.
Oh man, it's just like, and then the girls agreed too. They agreed with Guy. They're like, yeah, Ryu, like you gotta chill, man. Like like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity here.
Like, they give the guy who's the farmer of the team some props that he even has a date. I'm like, sheesh.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
Y'all barely have any faith in him.
But yeah, I thought that was definitely a great moment. But yeah, so. I guess I don't know if it was she was trying to impress Raita or what, but she was like throughout the date she was acting like super rich and girly girl, which is not the girl that he knew as a child, and so that kind of threw Raita off. And eventually at some point she gets kidnapped by the sewing machine monster, and she gets like secret agent clothes or something, and so she becomes like a sharpshooter, and like and starts attacking the Rangers, and Raita gets there, and she's like, what was the girl's name?
Sat.
I
Shoot.
forget.
Satsuki, I think.
Yeah, I think. Let me look. Yeah, Satsuki. Yep.
Okay.
And he goes Satsuki or something.
I'm like, hope I said her name right.
Yeah. And then the funny, and you know what the really funny thing is too is that and then we kind of get more of this at the end of the episode, but like when she kind of like he starts screaming at her, was like remember or whatever, and at some point she starts screaming Raita, and it's just like wait a minute, hold on, whoa. Like you're not supposed to know this dude's name. Like, but then at the end of the episode it's pretty much like it's not really said, but it's pretty much implied that she knows that he's the yellow owl or whatever. So I thought that was pretty cool, because they had that kind of moment at the end where it was like tell the yellow owl I love him or something, and then Wright is like yeah I'll convey the message or something like that, and then she gets on the train and she says goodbye yellow owl, and then
like,
goes
I'm
off.
like dude, she knows it's you.
Yeah. But I mean that's pretty much the plot of the episode. There wasn't really too much going on. There wasn't any actual overarching story plot points. It was pretty much Raita goes on a date. That's funny because he's the geeky one or something. So yeah, or the geeky farmer or whatever. So it's, yeah. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting episode. I like the sewing machine monster. I really like the concept of what the monster does. I thought that was a really interesting take on it. Because usually like in like I feel like in most other context they would just have them be wrapped up and closed, or where they couldn't get out or something like that. But they actually did something really interesting where they trapped them in the clothes, but they also had to act like they were that personality or whatever. So yeah, I thought that was really neat. So Blackwing, what were your thoughts on episode 9?
It was a great focus episode for Raita. I thought it was cool. The fact that they dug a little deeper to his his past, and that saying like, oh, he had a friend back in his hometown that he I wouldn't say smitten with, but he
well, pretty much.
kind of, we could say they were smitten, but the fact that he was. I do love the part where he's on this date with her. He feels like you changed so much, and like this isn't the Suzuki I knew back when I was a kid. Like what happened to her and everything. Because I remember when she first showed up and it was like, hey, like I know that voice. He turns around and then how the camera pans up to her face. I'm like, wow.
And then Raita goes like, duh!
like, mama, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Like, what a woman.
Yeah, that pretty much was his reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Guy on the other hand, Guy would have been all up in her face, but
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, I think that was a pretty decent episode, right to focus. So, out of 5, Blackwing, what would you rate this episode?
I'm gonna give this episode a 4 out of 5 bird eggs. 4 out of 5.
Okay. Well, do you have any just because it's just generally pretty good?
Yeah. Because this was like the first actual focus episode for Raita. We get to see him outside of his element, and we see him dealing with a situation that he doesn't really know how to handle because you don't really see Raita as a ladies' man. He's just a genuine down to earth human being.
Yes.
So the fact that he even had the guts to tell her that like, hey, this is not the Suzuki I remember as a kid. Like, what happened to her? Like, if you're not gonna be this way, then we shouldn't be friends, anymore. Yeah. So, and then of course at the end she changed her ways and went back to the girl that he remembered her as. So I definitely give it a 4 out of 5. It's not bad.
Yeah, I was thinking about giving it around like a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, so was I.
But I think with how they were able to incorporate the monster into the plot in a really creative way. I think that really kind of bumped it up a little bit. And obviously the Raita stuff was cool to see because we've been complaining this whole time that Raita has just been kind of pushed off into the background and hasn't really gotten to do anything. So, but it was really cool to be able to see him shine in this episode. So we are going to take this moment here to catch up with the chat a little bit here. Matthew Thompson says, Happy Easter to those who celebrate. Thank you, Matthew. Edward Sanchez Production says Happy Easter. Thank you. Happy Easter to you, too. Bryn Darby, host of the Sentai Wrap-Up here on the Illuminerdi, where they cover the newest seasons, and Kaiser says, tried seeing if I could access Tokusatsu. UK doesn't have access. LOL. Oh man, that really stinks.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, Bryn. But I do believe if you get a VPN, you should be able to do a US server and kind of be able to watch it then. I know Deoxy has a coupon code for one of the I think it's Express VPN that he does. So go and check that out maybe if you wanna try a VPN. Donnie Pearson says, "Hello, Bryce, Jonathan, and all, and happy Easter. I hope everyone is well this afternoon. I hope you're doing well too, Donnie." Oh yeah, Blackwing, you responded to this already, but Matthew Thompson jokes in the chat saying Blackwing being muted makes the show better. JK Blackwing, you're the best.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.
Let's see. Not sure. Bryn says not sure if you're keeping record of the Jetman RSWU ratings, but so far Zenkaiger on Sentai Wrap-Up. So he's giving us his Sentai Wrap-Up ranking. Okay. So episode 1, 4 out of 5. Episode 2, 4 out of 5. Episode 3, 3 out of 5. I can understand that one. And episode 4, 5 out of 5. And I definitely understand episode 4 as well. That was definitely the best introduction episode to one of the Rangers. Thomas Franco says, "Hey, what's up, Thomas Franco?" He also says, "One thing I love about the Jetman suits is they look like the Jew Ranger MMPR suits." Well, kind of. I mean, they have that kind of older look, like like the older Sentais kind of had like a look, whereas the newer ones, they definitely don't look like they did back in the 80s and 90s. So I think I kind of understand where he's going there.
They try to look more, make them look more modern.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think I can kind of see what you're going for there, Thomas. Donnie Pearson says hello to Jonathan. And then he also says hello to everybody in the chat. Thomas Franco says, sup, happy Easter. Happy Easter to you too. And Thomas Franco, we're getting to the rankings now. Thomas Franco gives this episode a 4 out of 5. So does Matthew Thompson. Donnie Pearson gives it a 10 out of 10. Let's see. And then that was pretty much it. Bryn apparently could not see anybody in the chat until he refreshed. Well, welcome. Now, hopefully you can see. But yeah, I think that concludes it for episode 9. And Blackwing, you have episode 10?
Okay, so if you guys were here last week, I did say we have a certain kind of monster to look forward to. So yes. This is the episode. So also, this is I guess we could say our first solo focus episode on Akko, because last week it was kind of a dual focus, I guess you could say, with, her and Kaori. But this episode solely focuses on Akko, which is great. So she's walking home from school with her schoolmates, and this one guy who you could say has a crush on her, he pretty much is obsessed with Cup of Noodles. So the Byram decided to create this, I'm not kidding, swear, this giant Cup of Noodles monster, and this Cup of Noodle monster just pretty much inspires this dude to, like, why don't you create a cup of noodles for her? I'm like, okay, that dude's like, okay, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then
it's like this is gonna work.
I'm like, all right, like he straight up analyzes the different texture of the noodles from different companies and everything, so he's trying to make it his own original. I'm like, I have never seen anybody go into detail on how to make their own cup of noodles. I'm like, okay. So he creates the cup of noodles and everything. The monster thanks him, and then he comes up with this idea, like, what should we call the cup of noodles? I got it. Akko noodles. And then the next day, you see Raita come in like, guys, you guys see this commercial? Like, what commercial? Just look. And Akko's just walking down the street, and she sees on a Jumbotron that she sees the noodles that's named after her, and it's just straight up embarrassing. Even the teammates are having the noodles, but pretty much this is not the real gist of the episode. The real twist comes in where the monster comes back to the Byron base and everything. Of course, his face changes, and he tells, Ratiget and the rest of the Byron army that, like, oh, people think they're eating just a cup of noodles, but when I blow this Piccolo, it turns them into very impatient people. So at a certain moment, he blows the Piccolo, and all the people who have eaten the noodles, they start acting impatient. Like a little girl gets upset because she can't go on the merry-go-round. She beats up the amusement park employee.
Yeah.
Like,
and handily too. Like that dude had no chance. Like
it was. I'm like, jeez.
Like a grown man, like the guy in charge of the merry-go-round. Oh, man.
A grown man in charge of a merry-go-round gets his butt kicked by a little girl, and a female employee who gets very impatient at the office starts hitting everybody in the office and everything. And this comes later. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So the dude who pretty much made the noodles figures out, like, oh, all my noodles are for evil. I did not want that to happen. So he gets attacked by the monster. Akko shows up to save him. Akko tries to save him, and one thing is with the monster, he needs hot water to save, to function.
It's a cup of noodles.
It's a cup of noodles. It's a cup of noodle monster. So he tries to play keep away with the hot water, and it kind of works, but he still fails. The monster gets the cup of noodles. Then the rest of the Jetmen arrive. Raita's acting all impatient because he actually ate the cup of noodles as well. So the Rangers defeat the monster, and then even in the Megazord battle when they're trying to form Jet Icarus, Raita's like, hurry it up, and then when they form you see Raita tied up to his seat.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You see Raita tied up to his seat, and Kaori's like, be good now.
Yeah.
This episode was just all around ridiculous.
Yes.
It was straight up ridiculous. And I like the way it was. With Sentai, they have their fair share of drama episodes. They have a fair share of comedic moments.
Yeah.
This episode is one of those off-the-wall comedic tone episodes ever.
Yeah. I absolutely loved this episode. Seeing the cup of noodle monster, and I don't know if you guys saw it in the chat. Be sure to let us know if you saw the episode. But the cup of noodle monster is so ridiculous. I love it so much. Probably one of the better Super Sentai monsters that I've seen so far. I love it, and just the fact that this dude, like, they start off the episode like Akko is like walking down the street with some of her friends or whatever, and the guy the guy who has a crush on her like screams at the window, says Akko, and they just keep walking. She's like, oh yeah, I like this guy, he's just obsessed with noodles, and I'm like, oh, here we go. This is gonna be a good one.
Like, it's gonna be one of those episodes.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, okay, I think I can see how this episode's gonna go. Like, it's just gonna be absolutely ridiculous. And you know, I think those episodes are always the best. You know, the ones, like, obviously you love like the super serious storytelling episodes as well. But I mean, the episodes where they just go like balls to the walls crazy with everything, I think those are just as great sometimes too. So yeah, I absolutely I loved today's episode. Blackwing, what were your thoughts? I know you've pretty much already went to this, but like, what would you rank this episode?
I would rank this episode a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
This is a 5 out of 5 episode for me, hands down.
Yeah.
Just a cup of noodle monster as a whole.
Yeah.
This episode gets a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. I think it would be almost a sin for me not to rank it anything but a 5 out of 5. You know.
I mean, just a cup of noodles monster. Like, what else can you say about that? This is like almost as equal to the pizza episode of Power Rangers Turbo. This is almost exactly
of the cup noodle monster here. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this in for you guys, so you guys can see. If I can get an image pulled up for you all. Let's see here.
It's ridiculous. It's just one of those ridiculous episodes, and it was great. It was just just hilarious.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Let me see. Hold on, I think I can get it pulled up. Oh, yep, there it is. We got the cup noodle monster right here. And this is such a creepy shot too. Look at how he's like hovering over.
I'm just like, if I saw that thing in real life next to me, I'm like, okay,
like yeah,
back away.
But here's the thing. So like in the episode, like the cup noodle monster shows up in this dude's house, and he's like not even phased.
Exactly.
Like he goes like, "Hi, I'm the noodle god," and
I'm like, dude, this is a cup of noodle monster. This doesn't scare you. I'm like, I know you're obsessed with noodles or anything, but I'm like, dude,
it's just like, oh my gosh, like that. I can't believe that they did this. And oh man. But yeah, that like it's just like, and he just invites him to his home too, and like he's not even scared or anything, but then whenever he gets an angry face, that's when it's time to be scared or whatever.
Yeah.
But oh man, I absolutely love that this episode. Definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. If you all watched it, be sure to give us your rankings in the comment in the live chat as well. Doing a little bit of catch up here. Noah Cummings is in the chat. He says hi. What's up, Noah? And Bryn Darby says, anyone getting Ghost vibes? Blackwing, is that a Kamen Rider Ghost?
I guess he was referring to Kamen Rider Ghost. I think. Yeah, but I mean, I haven't watched Kamen Rider Ghost yet, but I wouldn't even think this was giving me Ghost vibes at all. I'll say this episode was like on the level of Car Ranger. This is a Car Ranger kind of style episode because just of how wacky it is.
Yeah. Bryn says it's like that scene with pottery mixed with an over-the-top advertisement. I guess that's in an episode of Kamen Rider Ghost. Fortunately, apparently we need to watch that episode of Kamen Rider Ghost because it seems to be just as crazy as this one. But yeah, I'm actually excited to. I'm gonna be trying to get into Kamen Rider because they're bringing some of the new seasons over. For Tokushoutsu, the channel, the Toku channel that's on Pluto TV, which is free, by the way. Pluto TV is a completely free live TV service. So I don't know how that works either, but
I mean, I think that if Shout Factory or Tubi is not available for anybody outside of the U.S., maybe hopefully Pluto TV should be available for everyone for free.
Yeah. And then if not, there are VPNs and of course the sites that you can watch Super Sentai on as well. Okay. So Bryn was referencing the movie Ghost.
Oh, I never heard
the way he's standing behind him. Oh, okay. So I guess it's a movie that we haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought he was referring to Kamen Rider Ghost.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Called Ghost before, but good to know.
Yeah. And then Bryn says completely free. ... If you're in the U.S. Yeah, well, and then you got to get a VPN, but a lot of those VPN prices aren't too bad. I have NordVPN, which is just $60, and that's for the whole year. So that's not too bad.
That's a good price.
So, and then you can... I know Japanese Netflix has some of the Super Sentai movies and stuff like that. So, you just kind of got to play around with it and see what different territories have on different streaming services. But I think that's going to conclude episode 10. And now we move on to episode 11, which is almost just as crazy. Not quite, but
interesting.
This one was pretty whacked out too. Gray plays with the Jetman using a vending machine dimension beast that awakens their deeper personality traits that ruin their effectiveness. So Blackwing and I are going to be kind of trading off on this episode because usually this would have been Ian's episode. But yeah, this was an interesting one. Because, I mean, they're working out, like, at the gym or whatever, and they all take a drink from the vending machine or whatever, and at first I thought they switched personalities, because Raita was obviously acting like Guy, and then Kaori and Akko seemed like they switched, and Guy was acting like Ryu, but then it left Ryu. I'm like, is that supposed to be Raita? Like, that he's pretending to be? If so, then that's just, like, so rude. like it's like they're calling Raita lazy, like, and he's like, it's just like, I didn't think Raita was lazy. Like, that.
Raita's not lazy. He's just very hardworking at it.
Yeah, I was just like, are they supposed to say that's Raita? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, that's so mean. Like, and it's just like, oh, well, I guess they didn't switch personalities, but it was really confusing how they handled that, because like, Guy was obviously acting like Ryu, and Raita was obviously acting like Guy. And then I guess the girls could have been, like, kind of up in the air. To me, it seemed like they pretty much switched places as well. But then Ryu was the big question mark. Like, where did that one come from? And so that was pretty interesting. There were quite a few funny bits in this episode. Really no plot. I mean, there was the vending machine monster, and then they switched places, and that was pretty much it for the whole episode. But there were a lot of funny moments, like the commander pulling a Glock on Ryu.
Bruh.
And literally just shooting at him to try and get him out of it. Like,
and then sooner or later, then she had to smack him in the face. Like, that's another thing.
Ryu always is getting slapped around. Like... Like, it's crazy. Oh, and then he gets pushed out of the helicopter.
Just so he can come to his senses. So like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, so let's see. She pulls a Glock out on him, slaps him in the face, and then pushes him out of a helicopter. I mean, what a day for Ryu. I mean...
Some moments I did find funny, though. Like, when they were in battle and they were morphed. When Raita, his personality changed, like, oh, I don't need to do this. I'm laying in this tree. Like,
yeah. He literally just like, well, see ya, guys. I'm out of here.
I just like how his first of all, the fact that when he's morphed, you could just see how it seems the context, of him being a yellow owl and him in the tree. I'm like, wow, that is just
I
perfect.
didn't even get that till you
I
just
was,
said it.
yeah, I'm just, you know
That is
what?
pretty funny.
Good, like that is a very good analogy right there.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And I love how even during the fight when the Kaori's personality was like bouncing back and forth, she was taking off the expensive things she was wearing, she was throwing them away, and Akko's like, wait, don't throw those away, don't throw those away, those are still good. I'm like,
Yeah.
like,
And then Guy or somebody was like, maybe Akko should have stayed the other personality.
maybe she just stayed as the girly girl.
Yeah, you see. But yeah,
This episode was very interesting.
yeah, it was. I don't think it was done nowhere near a 5 out of 5 like the last episode was.
No, I wouldn't say that.
It was just as crazy, but I don't think they pull it off as well.
Yeah.
Because the concept really didn't make too much sense. Because the 4 out of the 5 were pretty much like clearly mimicking one of the other Rangers. But then
Right.
Ryu was just like oh, I'm lazy.
Right.
Like I don't know. It's just like I feel like it would have made more sense for Ryu and Guy to switch places, and then Raita would have taken up like one of the girls' personalities or something, and then just said like, hey, they all just switch personalities or something. I would have thought I would have been hilarious if Raita took up like Akko's personality or something. That would have been so funny, but I just feel like it would have made so much more sense if they had just had them switch personalities instead of calling it their inner deep personalities or whatever. Because
Right.
it really, like, everybody just seemed completely out of character. Like, their characters would never do that. Like, this isn't their deep personality. Like,
It reminded me of that episode of Dino Thunder where they all changed personalities. Like, when Connor found out he actually has a smart side to him. Kira has a girly side to herself. Ethan has a jock workout side. Like, it's just like one of those moments, these episodes, where it kind of pulls out a personality of the character that we don't see, that we don't know about. So that's kind of what it was. It did seem, like you said, confusing at first, of that, like, were they switching personalities from each other, or was this like another personality that's not shown to the audience?
Yeah. So, with that being said, Blackwing, what were your thoughts on this episode? What would you rank it?
I give it I think I'm actually gonna give this one a 3.5, but just to go in a little bit deeper, because as far as like villain participation goes, we usually have been seeing like Tran doing most of the monster creation, or like Radiguet.
Yeah.
But this is like Gray actually doing something his way. But instead, I liked how in the beginning of the episode, like, okay, I'm gonna do this your way, fine, but sooner or later I'm gonna do things my way. So it was good to see him like do something different, because Gray has been like on the sidelines a lot lately. It's mostly been Tron doing most of the stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm probably going to give this one around a 3. Like, I appreciate, like, what they were trying to do. I just don't really think they executed it all that well. So I feel like if they had kind of, like, had it switch around personalities, I feel like it wouldn't have been as confusing. But for me, I was more confused, like, trying to figure out what even is going on than anything else this episode. So I think with that, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Everybody in the chat, be sure to give us your rankings as well. Let's see if we can catch up a little bit here. Bryn says early Sentai did have some dead moments. Yeah, I mean, this was just one of those like filler episodes. Where not really anything was going on. Yeah, they changed personalities, and that was pretty much the plot today. Let's see. And then Bryn also said the episode was giving the characters more depth while also changing it up. It's like, yeah, you could also see it from that angle as well. I definitely see where you're going there. But let's see, what do we have coming up next week, Blackwing? Do you know?
Sure. Let me just pull up the roster of episodes that we got coming up next.
Let's see.
But, so we did episode 9 through 11 today, so that our next batch is episodes 12 through... Oh yeah, so I did see the preview. We have an episode called Hellbound Bus. This episode was, I think this was like a a duo focus episode with Kaori and Raita. So you could say another kind of Raita focus episode. We have another episode called Maze of Love. This kind of goes deeper. I think this might focus on Maria a little bit. And the next episode is called Bazooka of Love, where the Rangers get a new weapon. So,
oh, okay. I like hearing that there's going to be a Maria-focused episode coming up. That's going to be interesting. So hopefully they actually explore some of the stuff that I've wanted them to have explored already. Yeah, you know, because they had that little moment, her and Ryu, but then they never really did anything with it.
right.
And they've met since then and haven't talked about it or had any sort of exchange. So I'm hoping that that's what we will be seeing in that episode. Well, I think it's time, Blackwing. Do you think it's time to get the box out?
Yep, it's time to bring out the box.
Okay, well, once again, huge. Oh my gosh! Thanks to Hasbro.
Thanks, Hasbro,
for sending this out. And yeah, let's take this out here. So we do have this box is for members of the Illuminerdi. So a lot of these are going to be spread out between different writers and people on the different shows for the Illuminerdi. And I also do believe that we have a box that is for giveaways. I do believe I was told that. So if I'm wrong, I apologize for that, of course.
Don't quote me on that.
But I do believe that we do have one for giveaways. And I don't know if the contents are the exact same, but I did figure that since Hasbro sent me this, and I figured that we would unbox it here on the show. And this is a free product, of course. This was sent by Hasbro. I did not buy any of these products, and so yeah, these are going to be distributed throughout the different members of the Illuminerdi. So I guess we'll just start off from the top here. We have the Dino Fury Morpher right here. I'm trying to get it here.
Link to Morphing Grid.
Yeah, link to Morphing Grid right here. So yeah, that's really cool. They have the Dino Key mechanic and stuff. This is gonna be a huge mess. This is
like take all these things out, and then sooner or later we're gonna have to put them back in.
Yeah, we have the Automorphin figures right here. This is the Red Ranger Jason right here. This is really cool. Hope I don't want to bend the boxes or anything, but I gotta toss these out somewhere. We have the Pink Ranger Kimberly right here, the Automorphin figure, in kind of like the old 1990s style. This isn't an old figure. This is made by Hasbro, so you can't actually purchase these. These are just done in the old style. So yeah, there we go. We're moving on to some more Dino Fury stuff. We've got the general villain Boom Tower. This is actually a really cool figure.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Yeah, it's really well detailed. I'm trying to move it around so you guys can see it without my name blocking it. But yeah, really cool looking figure right there. Oh my god! Whoa, hello. And then we've got the 6-inch Dino Fury line right here. The first 3 Rangers. We got the Red Ranger Zato right here. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it.
Comes with key and figure.
Yes, it does, and a weapon as well. And we got the Blue Ranger Ollie for Power Rangers Dino Fury. This is really difficult. This is okay. Yep. There we go. That's what he looks like. It comes with a key and some weapons.
I'm surprised they haven't used those weapons on the show yet, but I guess they're probably just gonna keep those weapons for the toys.
Maybe, I don't know. And then here's the Pink Ranger Amelia, one of my favorites on the show right now. I think my favorite Ranger so far is Izzy, but I think Amelia is probably the second right there. And I think, although like that being said, though, all the Rangers are amazing this season.
Yeah, they're great.
Zato is probably one of my favorite Red Rangers in a long time. So. And then here's these Battle Attacker Power Ranger figures, and it comes with a monster as well. So you use the leg. I don't think is there a try me function? I think there is actually. Yeah, so you use there's a lever on the leg, and you can do a little kick action. So that's pretty cool. right here, and it also comes with a weapon for the Red Ranger. And we still got some cardboard on this one. Let me see if I can get that off here. And we also have a Battle Attacker Blue Ranger figure. Whoops. It has another monster. This was like the unicorn monster from the first couple episodes.
Yeah, I think that was what, Shockhorn?
Yeah, and it has the same sort of kick move. It doesn't really show it very well because it's still in the box, of course. But
right.
But yeah, and it also comes with its weapon. And the moment everybody has been waiting for, the Lightning Collection.
The creme de la creme of the box.
Yes. So we have all of, I believe this is wave 7 or 8.
I can't keep track anymore.
Yeah, this is the blue Dino Thunder Ranger, Ethan. Let's see. It comes with the figure, a head, and 2 weapons and some extra hands and an effect piece. And we also have Sid, the pink SPD Ranger, as you can see right here.
And yes, this is a wave 8.
Yes, okay. And then she also comes with a civilian head, a blaster, some weapons, the SPD Morpher. I like that they include those, and some extra hands. I think she does come with an effect piece. I already have this one, but I don't see it in the box, so I actually don't know about that. I can't remember. Adam, Zeo Green, right here. He comes with his head, his blaster, an effect piece, his tonfas, and some extra hands, and a sword. He comes with a bunch of stuff. Holy cow.
Yep.
And this box has knocked over some of my own Power Ranger Lightning Collection figures. So I'll have to pick those up later. But yeah, really cool. And lastly here, we do have Leo in his own single release now. He previously was released with the Psycho Versus 2-pack with Psycho Red, but now he's in his own release here. He comes with like a missile launcher. I don't remember that one from the show.
It's the Quasar launcher.
The Quasar launcher. It's been a while since I've rewatched The Lost Galaxy.
And it's funny though how this figure comes with the Quasar launcher and his Quasar Saber. It's folded up here, but in the 2-pack, his Quasar Saber actually is extended.
Well, you gotta buy both.
So if you want the Leo with the Quasar Saber extended, you might as well buy the.
You gotta buy both, but this one has the Quasar Saber folded and his launcher, some extra hands, and the effect piece. The effect piece is really cool on this one. I haven't seen an effect piece like that before. Right there. So yeah, really, really awesome. So that is pretty much the box. Like I said, this specific box was for members of the Illuminerdi, but I do believe that we have another box that is for giveaways. So definitely stay tuned to the Illuminerdi to find out more about that. And yeah, so what was your favorite thing that you saw out of that? I don't know, the package.
For me, definitely Zeo Green, Adam, definitely, because Adam is one of my favorite Green Rangers. Zeo is one of my favorite seasons, so definitely the Adam figure for sure. It's up there. I mean, I don't even know if I do plan on collecting Lightning Collection figures. I'll probably only collect figures from my favorite seasons until the full team has been released. I think that's because I know everybody has like different strategies for getting each Lightning Collection figure, but for me, I think I'll just stick with getting my favorite teams. And if for my MMPR's case, I'll probably just get like the main 6 because I don't think I need a Dragon Shield Zack because I feel like that was just like a waste of time.
I mean, it's another figure you gotta buy, you know. So but I mean, it is cool because I mean, it did come with the season 1 Zack head.
Yeah.
And then the normal Zack release came with the season 2 Zack head. So I did think that it was cool that they did the 2 different hairstyles.
Which was interesting. It was
It gives you
interesting.
because I mean, obviously it's easy to make because it's the same mold, and all you have to do is put a shield on it. So yeah, obviously financial wise it makes sense, but I do appreciate the effort that they put to make it a little different, to give a reason for people to buy both. You know, if you want to have season 1 Zack or season 2 Zack. I think that was at least really cool. As you can tell, I have gone all in on Lightning Collection. I mean, this is...
I'm jealous. I'm jealous,
Yeah.
but it's still cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely don't have them all. I'm not the Lightning Fig PR on Twitter. Josh.
Shout out to Josh,
Yeah.
who's always doing research, trying to find out
Oh
what's
my
the next
gosh,
figure.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
puts
if
in a
you want
lot of
Lightning
time.
Collection news, go to Lightning Fig PR on Twitter. Josh Perry, he runs it, and he is amazing with that. He also has a YouTube channel, Toku Topics.
Yep.
So and he does like Lightning Collection videos and like a history of type videos as well. So yeah, he has an awesome YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked him out already, be sure to look at that as well, because he makes amazing videos. Bryn Darby says, I only got 2 Lightning figures, White MMPR and Magna Defender. Limitations hurt, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a UK thing, right? Is that right, Bryn? Am I correct in thinking that? Yeah, that really stinks. But
I mean, there's always Amazon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you not able to get them on Amazon, or is like shipping weird with that? Like, I don't know, because I know eBay probably definitely is an option, because 1, scalpers, and 2, the shipping price would be huge because you're going out of the you're more than likely going out of the country at that point, because unless you find a UK seller on there. But, with that being said, I think this might conclude today's episode of the Retro Sentai Wrap-Up. Blackwing, is there anything you want to say before we hop off?
Not really. This was great. It felt good to the unboxing was great.
Yeah.
I just feel like anytime I look at a Lightning figure collection figure, I'm like, okay, now I need to look up what's coming up next again.
Yeah.
And everything.
I'm excited for SPD Green.
Yeah.
Bridge is probably my favorite character in Power Rangers, period.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for SPD Green. And I already have blue and red, so I can be swapping them out and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I mean, right, the head swapping and everything. Yeah. Right.
Yes. But yeah, I definitely love that. Brendan says, if they ever release Hasbro Lightning Collection, going straight in my basket. And then Brendan says, oh no, it's personal limitations, but in stores I only see Dino Charge Black. Other than that, online is best. Oh, well, I haven't seen Dino Charge Black anywhere.
Neither have I. Neither have I.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. But yeah, definitely interesting there. And then Donnie Pearson comes in with a 10 out of 10 for episode 11 of Jetman. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap up today's episode. Be sure to subscribe to the Illuminerdi YouTube channel. Turn on those post notifications to be notified of every all the new shows and videos that we have coming to the channel. We have the Ranger Wrap-Up, the Retro Ranger Wrap-Up, the Sentai Wrap-Up, where they cover the new episodes of Super Sentai, and of course, right here, you're watching it right now, the Retro Sentai Wrap-Up, where we're covering Choujin Sentai Jetman. And of course, we've got different Marvel, Star Trek, other shows, wrestling, that you guys can check out as well. We've got a little bit of everything for everybody. And be sure to follow the Illuminerdi on Twitter, and we also have our Twitters right there. I'm right here, and then Blackwing's over there. Well, whatever. But check out our Twitters. It's also in the description below. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And remember, here at the Illuminerdi, we're always watching.
Always watching.
Take care.